The door opens, the key is still in the lock, and a cat is already sitting 2 feet from the threshold, ears forward, eyes wide, tail up. Most people see this and say, "She missed me." That is not wrong, but it is 1 layer out of 6. In the 60 seconds between the door opening and the shoes coming off, a cat runs a sequence of behaviours so fast and so layered that the person standing in the doorway has no idea most of it is happening. 6 things, simultaneously, and each one tells a different story about what the cat is actually doing at that door. This is what the greeting really looks like when you slow it down. Layer 1, the scent audit. Before the cat touches the person, she smells them. The nose works first. A cat's sense of smell is roughly 14 times stronger than a human's, and the Jacobson's organ in the roof of the mouth adds a secondary chemical analysis system on top of that. The person who just walked through the door carries an entire day on their clothes, coffee from the office, a colleague's perfume, the subway, a restaurant, a dog that brushed past them on the sidewalk. Every one of these is a data point. The cat is not sniffing out of curiosity. She is running an inventory of everywhere the person has been since the last time she verified their scent. If another animal is detected, the audit takes longer. The nose lingers on the shoes, the cuffs of the pants, the bag strap. This is not jealousy, this is a territorial animal updating her map of who and what has been in contact with a member of her colony. Milo does this for about 8 seconds on a normal day. If someone in the household visited a friend who has cats, the audit stretches to 30 seconds or more. The nose does not lie, and the cat knows it. Layer 2, the remark. After the scent audit, the rubbing starts. Head against the ankle, cheek along the shin, sometimes the full body pass where the cat presses her entire flank against the person's leg, and finishes with the tail dragging across the calf. Most people interpret this as affection. It is marking. Cats have scent glands along the forehead, cheeks, chin, and the base of the tail. Every point of contact deposits pheromones. The person left the house smelling like the cat's territory and came home smelling like the outside world. The rubbing is a correction. The cat is rewriting the person's scent signature back to baseline, putting her stamp on what the day erased. In a multi-cat household, this becomes a visible sequence. One cat marks first. The second cat approaches, sniffs the marked spot, and either adds her own layer or walks away. Dusk always marks first in our house. Cleo waits, investigates, and then overwrites. The person standing in the middle of this has no idea. A territorial negotiation just happened on their left ankle. Layer 3, the status check. This one is subtle, and most people never notice it. A study published in Animal Cognition by Merola and colleagues in 2015 found that cats can distinguish between human emotional expressions and adjust their behaviour accordingly. The greeting at the door is one of the primary moments this happens. The cat is not just smelling the person, she is reading them. Posture, breathing rate, muscle tension, the speed at which the person moves through the door. A person who enters quickly, drops a bag loudly, and sighs is broadcasting stress through every channel the cat monitors. A person who enters slowly, crouches, and speaks quietly is broadcasting calm. The cat adjusts in real time. Sutta, the most cautious of the 5, will greet at the door on a calm day but retreat to the hallway on a tense one. Not because she stopped caring, because her system read the incoming signals and categorized the environment as elevated. She comes back when the person settles, usually within 10 minutes, but the initial read happens in the first 3 seconds. Layer 4, the escort. This is the layer that most people mistake for affection when it is actually a request. The cat greets, rubs once, and then walks away. But she does not walk to a random spot. She walks to a specific destination and stops, looks back, waits. If the person follows, the cat continues. If not, she returns, rubs again, and walks to the same spot. This is an escort. The destination is almost always the food bowl, the water dish, or the litter box area. The cat is not saying, "I missed you." She is saying, "You are home now." And there is something that needs your attention. McComb's research on the solicitation purr showed that cats have developed a specific vocalization that blends a purr with a high-frequency cry to accelerate human response times. That vocalization appears most frequently during escorts. The cat is deploying her most effective acoustic tool at the exact moment when the person is most receptive, the first minute after arrival. Cleo does this every single evening. She greets at the door, rubs once, and walks to the kitchen. Every time, the greeting is real. The destination is the point. Layer 5, the territory report. The door is not just an entry point for the person. It is the single most critical boundary in the cat's territorial map. It is where outside becomes inside, where unfamiliar smells enter, where the loudest and most unpredictable sounds originate. The cat has been monitoring that boundary all day. Every noise in the hallway, every footstep on the stairs, every delivery person who approached and retreated. By the time the person comes home, the cat has accumulated hours of data about what happened at that border while the person was away. Sitting at the door when the person arrives is not a greeting position. It is a security post. The cat is at the junction between the safe interior and the uncertain exterior, and she is choosing to be there because the person's arrival is the moment when that boundary is most active. The door opens, outside air enters, new smells flood the space, and the cat is right there, processing all of it in real time while simultaneously running the other 5 layers. Layer 6, the attachment signal. This is the one that actually involves the bond, and it is the quietest of all 6. After the scent audit, the remark, the status check, the escort attempt, and the territory processing, there is sometimes a moment where none of those functions are active. The cat has finished her protocols, she is marked, scanned, evaluated, and reported, and then she stays, not at the food bowl, not at the door, near the person, just as nearby, within arm's reach, not asking for anything. This is the attachment layer. The Oregon State study from 2019 showed that securely attached cats use their caregiver as a secure base. When the person returns, stress hormones drop and the cat's nervous system shifts from vigilant to relaxed. That shift, from alert to calm, from upright to settled, is the only part of the greeting that is genuinely about the relationship, and it usually happens after everything else is done. It takes about 60 to 90 seconds after the person walks in. By then the shoes are off, the bag is down, and the cat is somewhere nearby, breathing slowly, eyes half closed. That is the greeting. Not the first rub, not the escort. The quiet that comes after. The first 10 seconds matter more than most people realize. A person who walks in, ignores the cat, drops the bag, and checks the phone has just skipped all 6 layers. The cat ran her full sequence and got no response. Over weeks, some cats shorten the sequence. Over months, some stop coming to the door, not because they stopped caring, because the feedback loop broke. The fix is simple. 10 seconds, crouch, let her finish the audit. Let her rub, watch where she walks, and then, once she settles, be still for 1 breath. That is enough. That is the entire conversation. One of the most misread signals in that greeting is the purr. Most people hear it and think the cat is happy. After 6 layers of territory, scent, stress reading, and escort protocols, that purr might mean something very different. That is the next video, and it is the one that changes how every other signal in this series gets read.